Crossroads has always been one of the most popular SOCOM maps. We wanted to stay true to what the map was, but at the same time, bring it into the next generation.
Everyone wanted to see this map come back. Crossroads was gospel. We didn't want to change it from the original version of the map.
We wanted to maintain that same, alley by alley, street by street combat feel that the original map had.
It was a really great opportunity to take something that was already good and make it awesome.
We took the basic layout of Crossroads and the theme, and we really expanded upon that. It's about 3 times larger than the original Crossroads.
The first thing you notice is scale. Games have become so realistic and poly counts are really high and characters are totally realistic and articulated. There could be an expansive wall in the original map that, football fields long, that's just kind of a wall on the PS2, but now we have to answer what is it, it's what kind of building. Huge amounts of detail.
The biggest challenge with Crossroads is adding a lot of PS3 quality to it. Up-resing the textures, up-resing the modeling, adding a lot more details and elements to it.
So this is the seal spawn. It's one of the original spawn points from the 16-player. It's progressed quite a bit in visual quality. There's a lot of fun trying to get more details built in, like the door and even getting into the slats and the locks. Detail work like the signage and the tile work.
Another little trick that we really like to do is layered shaders. You can really tell tile textures in some older games. We actually have the ability to paint between 2 surfaces.
This is really nice to be able to get variation across a surface and have one texture that's solid concrete and one that's broken concrete.
Our major objective was to create these big 32 area portions outside of the classic 16 portions.
We started with the 16-player, which was basically from the square that you would see that I'm circling around here. And we've added these new areas into the northeast and the southwest.
The basic footprint is exactly the same as what players remember in the previous games. Some of the changes will be some doorways are in different locations, some slight changes to heights of certain environmental structures.
The big landmark is the tower in the center, and at Crossroads 32 there are now 3 towers, and they form sort of an axis right across the map.
We were actually fortunate as Crossroads actually had 2 major roadways that were just physically blocked off and didn't go anywhere. We were able to, of course, expand on it from that location.
And these towers form this line across the map where you can always tell where you are based on the towers. And they are these huge overwatch positions where you can snipe. But what's really nice about the way that Crossroads 32 sort of expanded is that there's almost 2 layers to the gameplay. You can be down in the streets, running to a breach point, running to grab the bomb, and above you there's a second layer of chaos going on. There's rooftop battles raging and snipers cracking off, but it splits out in a really balanced way.
With Socom Confrontation, we went back and we redid all of the motion capture for the game again. We wanted to update it for the PlayStation 3, update the quality, update the resolution.
The process that we used for Socom Confrontation for animating our characters pretty much starts out in the motion capturing studio. We take professional actors who can move like a Navy SEAL would do. We capture their movement, which then goes to our animation artists who take those, they clean them up by hand, and then blend them together to create longer animated segments actually in the game.
What we loved about Crossroads was we brought in this map that the Socom fans had decided really represented the best of Socom gameplay. And by building into this classic map, it really let us have a reference point.
Crossroads was the perfect map for that. We're building a whole new engine, whole new animation system, completely new gameplay. But using Crossroads, we were able to look at how it felt and played on Socom 2, and we're able to stay true to that feeling as we were working on Confrontation.
And so when Crossroads started to play the right way, then we knew that the game was playing right. So it was our rock, it was an anchor.
we're really excited to bring it up to next generation quality and really show what we can do with this map on the PlayStation 3.